Hello, beloved souls, it's Adele here. As a new year begins, many of us naturally set intentions, make plans, and think about what we'd like to create or experience in the year ahead. Today, I'd love to invite you to add one more intention, a simple but powerful one, around how we use language and how we express ourselves through words. Because words are not just sounds or symbols, they carry energy. And the tone, intention, and frequency behind our communication shape our relationships, our communities, and the shared field we all live within. In this video, we'll explore why linguistic responsibility and energetic responsibility matter as we move into 2026, a firehorse year associated with momentum, intensity, and amplification, and how beginning the year with greater awareness of our words can support clarity, harmony, and conscious creation in the months ahead. To understand why language matters so much, it helps to first recognize that words are never neutral. When we speak, write, or communicate in any form, we are not only sharing information, we are also transmitting energy. Every word carries tone, emotional charge, and underlying intention, whether we are consciously aware of it or not. This is why the same sentence can feel calming when spoken by one person and unsettling when spoken by another. The meaning may be identical, yet the energetic transmission is completely different. Long before the mind interprets what is being said, the nervous system responds to how it is being said. The body feels the energy first, meaning comes later. This becomes especially important in public communication. In videos, posts, articles, headlines, group chats, and public online spaces. In these settings, words do not land in just one person. They land in many people at once. A single message can move through dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of people simultaneously, each receiving not only the information, but also the emotional and energetic charge carried within the words. Once spoken or published, language does not remain contained. It ripples outward, shaping emotional climates, influencing collective tone, and gradually normalizing certain ways of relating, reacting, and communicating. This is why linguistic responsibility is not about perfection, control, or censorship. It is about awareness. It is about recognizing that language is one of the primary ways energy moves between human beings, and that every time we speak, we are contributing something to the shared field we all live within. And as we move into a year marked by momentum and amplification, this awareness becomes even more important. There is an important distinction to make when we talk about language and responsibility, and that is the difference between private expression and public communication. In private spaces, emotions can move freely. Strong feelings can be felt, released, and processed without being projected into a wider field. This is a natural and necessary part of being human. Public communication, however, operates very differently. When we speak publicly, through videos, posts, articles, comments, or online discussions, our words are no longer contained within a single interaction. They are released into shared space where they can be received by many people at once, each carrying their own sensitivities, histories, and emotional states. Because of this, public language carries amplified impact. What may feel like personal release to the speaker can become collective stimulation for others. Unprocessed emotion expressed publicly does not simply disappear. It circulates, often increasing reactivity, tension, or division within the wider field. This is why awareness matters. Linguistic responsibility is not about suppressing emotion or avoiding truth. It is about recognizing when language is being used to discharge energy and when it is being used to communicate with clarity and care. In public spaces especially, conscious language becomes a form of stewardship, not only of our own energy, but of the shared field we all inhabit. There is one more aspect of public communication that feels important to name here. In recent years, especially across online platforms, the use of profanities has become increasingly normalized, often framed as honesty, authenticity, empowerment, or being real, while also serving functions such as bonding or in-group solidarity, emphasis, verbal abuse, stress release, or as a substitute for physical violence. From a psychological perspective, this makes sense. Profanities activate the nervous system, creating a sense of release, intensity, and immediacy. For many people, swearing can feel satisfying because it discharges built-up frustration, punctures inhibition, and momentarily restores a sense of power or control, especially for those who have spent years feeling constrained, unheard, or silenced. In private spaces, among close friends, this kind of expression can feel cathartic and contained. But public communication operates differently. In public communication, language no longer moves through one person alone. It moves through a shared field, touching many at once. Profanities carry energetic charge. They are designed to shock, amplify emotion, and accelerate impact. While that intensity may feel liberating to the speaker, it can be jarring, destabilizing, or overwhelming to others, particularly those who are sensitive to sound, emotion, or energetic tone. And even in private spaces, language is still energy in motion. Every word we use conditions our nervous system, shapes our inner environment, and reinforces certain emotional pathways. Over time, the language we habitually use, whether aloud or quietly, becomes the energetic atmosphere we live within. This does not mean suppressing emotion or denying what is real. It means recognizing that our words do not simply express energy, they also train it. When we choose language with awareness, we are not losing power. We are refining it. And that refinement, especially in public spaces, is part of what allows communication to remain clear, grounded, and aligned with unity rather than fragmentation. As we move into 2026, this conversation around language and responsibility takes on added significance. Numerologically, 2026 adds to 10, a number often associated with completion and new beginnings, marking the close of one cycle and the start of another. The year is also known as a fire horse year, a combination traditionally associated with momentum and strong forward movement. These frameworks do not predict events or cause outcomes, but they can offer a lens through which to reflect on the quality of a year. The last time the world moved through a fire horse year was in 1966, 60 years ago. Historically, that year fell within a broader period of global transition, during which many societies were experiencing visible social change and challenges to existing structures. In different parts of the world, long-standing tensions were surfacing, younger generations were questioning inherited systems, and rapid cultural shifts were unfolding. This was not unique to any single place, nor driven by astrology itself, but reflected a wider moment in human history when transformation was already underway. What this offers us is not a forecast, but a reminder. Periods of transition tend to carry stronger emotional currents. Expression becomes more pronounced, energy moves more quickly, and communication travels further. In times like these, language matters deeply. Words can either contribute to clarity and coherence, or amplify confusion and division within the shared field we all live in. And this naturally brings us to an important question. When words have the power to shape perception and influence many people at once, what does responsibility look like? When words have the power to shape perception and influence many people at once, responsibility takes on a very different weight. This is something that stayed with me from a scene in a drama titled Pinocchio, which I watched many years ago, a scene that has never really left me. In that story, a young woman publicly questions a senior figure who holds authority in the media. The conversation centers around a single idea: whether truth should ever be shaped, exaggerated, or intensified for the sake of impact. Although Pinocchio is a fictional story, the ethical question it raises is very real. This scene stayed with me because it highlighted a very important principle. Truth communicated without consideration for its impact can unintentionally become a source of division or harm, even when the original intention is good. When someone speaks from a position of authority, whether as a journalist, a teacher, a spiritual guide, a YouTuber with thousands of followers, a social media figure, a public personality or celebrity, or a politician, their words do not land lightly. People listen, people trust, and many may receive what is being said as truth. Because of this, even subtle distortions, emotionally charged framing, or language designed primarily for impact can carry consequences far beyond what was intended. And this applies far beyond media or storytelling. It applies to anyone who speaks into public space, anyone whose voice reaches many, and whose words help shape perception, belief, or collective understanding. Public communication is not just about being heard or being loud in order to be seen, or about using profanities to grab more public attention. It is about recognizing the responsibility that comes with influence. It is about understanding that words do not merely inform, they shape inner worlds, emotional climates, and shared narratives. This is why linguistic responsibility cannot be separated from energetic responsibility. It asks us not only whether something is true, but whether it is being expressed with care, clarity, and awareness of how it will land. Because truth communicated without consideration for its impact can unintentionally become a source of division or harm, even when the original intention is good. And in times of momentum and change, this distinction matters more than ever. At a deeper level, the way we use language reflects the level of consciousness we are operating from. In separation-based communication, language is often used to discharge energy or assert the self. The underlying question is not about awareness or connection, but rather, what can I say to release this energy, assert myself, or create the strongest impact, regardless of how it affects others? Here, words are chosen for effect rather than care, for emphasis rather than coherence, and often without awareness of how much energetic force is being released into the environment. Unity-based communication functions very differently. In unity consciousness, language is relational. It includes the listener. There is an understanding that words do not exist in isolation. They enter a shared field and interact with other people's emotional, mental, and energetic states. Instead of focusing on impact alone, the inner orientation shifts. The questions become, how will this land? And what energy am I releasing into the shared field? This does not mean avoiding truth, clarity, or strength. It means that expression is tempered with awareness. That power is held responsibly rather than discharged unconsciously. One of the clearest signs of unity consciousness is not how forcefully someone speaks, but how consciously they communicate, especially when emotions are strong or when their words reach many. When communication is driven purely by release or impact, separation is reinforced, often unintentionally. When communication is guided by awareness and inclusion, it contributes to coherence, safety, and mutual respect within the collective field. This is why linguistic responsibility is not about politeness or restraint. It is about recognizing that words are one of the most powerful tools we have, capable of either deepening division or embodying unity. And as we move through periods of momentum and change, the consciousness we bring to our language quietly shapes the world we are helping to create. As we bring this message to a close, let us focus on how linguistic and energetic responsibility can be practiced and used in day-to-day life. These are not abstract ideals, they are choices made moment by moment, in conversations, messages, posts, comments, and everyday interactions. This is not about being perfect with our words or never feeling intensity. It is about becoming more aware of when we speak, why we speak, and what energy we are releasing when we do. Sometimes responsibility looks like choosing words carefully. Sometimes it looks like pausing before responding. And sometimes it looks like choosing silence until clarity returns, or until emotions stabilize, or until energetic alignment finally arrives. This is important to name, because from the outside, this can be misunderstood. There are moments when a person may step back from conversations, leave a group, pause participation in group chats or gatherings, or not respond to messages at all, not out of separation or avoidance, but out of awareness. When someone is moving through a deeper inner process of integration or recalibration, they may recognize that their energy is not neutral. Rather than transferring that unprocessed energy into the shared field, they choose restraint. What may appear as non-responsiveness, non-caring, or non-participation can, in fact, be an expression of unity consciousness. An understanding that energy can move through communication, much like a virus, passing from one person to another through both written and spoken words, often without intention. As we move into 2026, we might consider setting a gentle intention to speak more consciously, allowing our words to arise from coherence rather than reaction, and to meet the silence of others with the same awareness. Because every word we release and every word we withhold affects the shared field we all live within. And so, as this new cycle begins, may we choose language and silence when needed that steadies rather than destabilizes, clarifies rather than inflames, and reflects the unity we wish to see embodied on earth. If this message spoke to your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who may benefit from a reminder of the power carried through language. Together, we raise the frequency of Earth. Every time one more person becomes more aware and more responsible of the power carried through their words and communication. See you in the next video, where we'll take another step toward health, balance, and higher vibration.